Hi! I never know how to start these things because it's weird just talking to a screen, but I know that you guys are gonna watch this and learn something, hopefully. This is mostly just for, my friends that want to learn how to do a sourdough bread. I'm just gonna make a video of the starter because it takes 4 or 5, it says about 5 days for the yeast to start reproducing and thriving. So I'm going to start this video, I'm going to start this this culture now, and then when we meet we can actually just make bread from it. I'm using this book. This is a fantastic book. This is really about the artisan, the purist kind of standpoint of making sourdough bread or these beautiful loaves like this on the cover. This guy is from he lives in Oregon. He's got an artisan bakery, which is really cool, but he uses flour from Washington State, which is kind of cool. He's got this whole chapter about Levain Method, which is sourdough bread. It's wild yeast, basically. It's capturing yeast out of the air and making bread with it. It's working with lactic acid and acetic acid and all the variables, different types of salt, different types of flour, changes the flavor of the bread, which is really fun to be able to just manipulate those simple little things to make something really tasty. I learned that sourdough bread is really a term that just describes the bread that is from like San Francisco, that's super sour and kind of vinegary in taste. In France, they would consider that a mistake. He's talking about levain, which is a word it's a French word, and it is from the Latin word levar, which means to rise. So that's the purest stuff that we're gonna learn. That's to suggest. He starts with these Tupperwares, which I found at the URM, to get a 6-quart container with a lid, and use it specifically for your leaven, your starts, because the yeast, he even says to not wash it between uses because you want all that yeast just to stick around there, and it's all like good bacteria and good yeast that you want to keep in there, and so that your next ones are going to be more productive. So what you do is you get one of these, you get a nice scale. You're going to need a good scale, and you're going to need a thermometer. You're going to weigh your bucket first, and I just taped on some tape and put my my weight on there, so I always know what it is. You're going to turn on your scale. You're going to use grams. Do 500 grams of whole wheat flour, and then you're going to get the water, which is the other variable, and it's going to be around 90 degrees. I got 513, which is almost about 2 1/4 cup. 2 1/4 cup. So we add that into our flour and mix it by hand. So just until it's incorporated, so there's no water or flour, there's no dry flour. That's a slurry. To me it seems a little bit dry. Anyway, there, that's it. Leave it for an hour to 2 hours uncovered so that you can capture the yeast. And then cover it and let it rise in a warm place. So somewhere where it's about 75 to 90 degrees in your house would be ideal. But if you don't have a spot that's warm in your house, don't worry, because it's just going to take longer. That's one of the variables. So anyway, I'm going to leave this here on my counter. It's a really good warm spot in the middle of the kitchen to capture yeast. That's it. Now I gotta wash my hands. Hi, it's day 2 of our start of our leaven. I was just outside doing sprinklers and stuff, so I have to come in before noon. It says anytime before noon. this is what it looks like. Oop. 3/4, man. 3/4, okay. I'm gonna leave about that much. That looks like 3/4. So, all of that. Bye. Okay, and then 500 grams of whole wheat flour. I sure hope I have 500. I don't think I do. Time to improvise. Since today I don't have enough flour, and I haven't gone to the store yet, I'm going to have to use white flour. I mean, that's 90 degrees, pretty much. Okay, 500 grams of this. By hand. All right.
I kind of
1 to 2 hours uncovered so that the yeast will float down and start eating my flour, sugars, refined grains. And then we're gonna cover it and let it rest in a warm place. So by the end of today, it should be up to the 2 quart. Okay. Hi, it's day 3 and it is 12:10. So anytime before noon didn't work today because it's a Saturday and we were doing things like shopping at Home Depot with everybody else. Buying all the things. And I have some bubbles. Not a whole lot. And it isn't, it kind of puffed up. This smells like flour. We're just doing the same thing again. We went and bought flour. This is the flour that I get, white wheat Montana. It's really good. It doesn't have bromine in it. And if you want to know what bromine is, Google it. It's something that you don't really want in your flour. And then we're just going to leave it uncovered for an hour to 2 hours again. And then cover it and let it rest in a warm place. Later in the day, it should smell better. It should smell more sour porridge. Good morning. So this is the 4th day and it's a Sunday. So this is like right before church. And oh yeah, it smells like sour porridge. Gross. It's got some bubbles and it's very goopy. See the bubbles on the sides? And it has risen up to the 2 quart mark. So that's good. This day means it's day 4. It says that you have to take out all but 200 grams of leaven. So that's a lot more than we have been doing. This time we have to be precise in our measurements. My tub is 277 grams by itself. My weight that I want will be 477. So that's how I know that there's 200 grams of this leaven that's left, and the rest of it gets thrown away. And then I put in another 500 grams of flour and 500 grams of water at 90 degrees. This time I just cover it after I mix it and let it rest. So that's day 4. Good morning. It's day 5 of the leaven culture start. So yes, I just kind of woke up and I gotta do this before I even make myself some breakfast. I could have left my tub somewhere warmer because it's not as bubbly as I want it to be. It smells really good. It's not super sour, you know? And that's not what I'm looking for anyway. Culture is about halfway between 2 quarts in the bottom. I think I'm going to put this in a warmer place after I feed this. This is day 5, so this is now I'm going to switch from building my leaven to a regular feeding schedule. And a blend of white and whole wheat flour. They say to go slightly cooler water, but I'm still going to go about 90 degrees because my leaven has been pretty cold and I want more activity. After this feeding, I can make bread by this afternoon. So I'm gonna mix my dough this afternoon and then let it rise overnight, and then I'll bake bread by 9 a.m. or something like that. Take everything out except for 150 grams. It should be super goopy, and it is. It's super runny, and it should have a lot of webbing in it, which it does. So that's good. Dump out a whole bunch. It's not turds, it's just all the yeast ate all the things out of the flour. Oh, there it is, 427. Now we need 400 grams of white flour. 400. And then we need 100 grams of wheat. 100. So it says 85-degree temperature water, so I guess I'm doing this. Alright, so this is much less water, so there's a lot less runniness here. Cover and let it rest in a warm place. By the afternoon, the leaven should be ready for dough. Okay, that's it for day 5, and now, well, morning of day 5, and I'm gonna put it in a nice warm place, probably my living room because it's warmer in there with all the west-facing windows. By the afternoon, it'll be chooching along.